Hello, gentlemen. What's up? This is your commissioner coming to you with a draft recap video. As I told you guys I would. Got a lot of exciting things to say. I'm going over the teams right now. I can't wait to give you guys my feedback. Just one quick thing. I think overall the draft went over pretty well. Besides Cesar and maybe Corey hating the waitress, I think it was cool. I think everybody showed up and did the best job that they can. So I appreciate you guys coming through and having a really prepared and competitive draft. So without going too crazy, let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, we have Matt. So I guess we're starting out at the bottom of the barrel. And that's not just me talking, that's the league talking. Matt, man, you were so confident coming into the draft. I have no clue what happened. Maybe you didn't account for so many players being gone, or you just threw your plan out of the window. But let's get down to it. Let's take a look at your team, man. We got Tom Brady. I think everybody is okay with Tom Brady. You won't be excited about it until the season starts. Trent Richardson, Shane Vereen, Chris Ivory, and Donald Brown as your running backs. No bueno, bro. No bueno. Trent Richardson better wake up and think he's back at Alabama for you. I don't know if it's the bonehead move of the draft, but definitely something crazy. Mike Williams, receiver, Buffalo. Nice brain fart, buddy. Des Bryant, baller. Vincent Jackson, think he's going to do work. Jimmy Graham, looking nice. Broncos defense, still up in the air. They definitely got much better. And Phil Dawson as your kicker. So the bottom half of your team looks excellent. The top half, I think that's why there was a pretty big consensus that your team was pretty bad. The top half of your team looks bad. We got Benny Cunningham on the bench, running back for the Rams. Golden Tate, Julian Edelman, RG3. Dang, Matt, you better make like Johnny and get your trades on, man. We'll see what happens next year, but this was bad for you this year. I feel bad for you because I think I did this last year. So, Matt, that's you, man. That's my assessment of your team. This is just the commissioner's take. You take this for whatever it's worth. Coming up on KJ's team, the consensus top rated team or scariest team in the league right now, which is surprising to me because either we didn't want to give KJ credit right at that point, at the point of the draft, or after going back and breaking down the teams, we think that KJ had the best team. Me personally, I said Corey had the scariest team, but there were a lot of different teams that could have been in that mix. And Corey, I know I'm going to hear so much shit from you, but your team looks pretty good on paper, man. So KJ starting out, we got Matt Ryan. I'm not too high on him myself, but I imagine some other people might be. Think you've been watching Hard Knocks too much, man. Ryan Matthews and another Hard Knocks guy, Steven Jackson. If he stays healthy, he's definitely, dang, somebody's blowing me up on my text. But we bounce back. We adapt and we overcome. All right. So we got Ryan Matthews, which, damn, I really wanted him on my team this year, man. So I think that's a good pickup for you. Steven Jackson again. If he stays healthy, you got a baller on your team. Unless he gets old overnight, which a lot of people think that's what's going to happen. Bernard Pierce, good for 2 games. Only a flex later on down the road. Who knows? But you got to start it for 2 games. And then you got Calvin and Brandon Marshall and Gronk. Damn. That's a scary fucking part of a lineup right there, man. That's nice right there. We got the Rams D and we got Hauska. All right. On the bench, sneaky KJ. We got beater ass Ray Rice. Beat her on down. So, I mean, no matter what, whatever happens in that Baltimore backfield, looks like you got that on lock. Dwayne Bowe, I think that was a good pickup, man. In the preseason, he's been looking good. Mike Evans, Josh Gordon, get him off your team, player. He ain't going to play. Smoked his life away. Sean Green, Blake Bortles, I have no clue why. I mean, you got some faith in him that I don't know about. And then this tight end from Tampa Bay. I guess you just stand with your Tampa roots. But man, your bench, not to mention the starters that you have, Ray Rice could come in and replace Steven Jackson. Mike Evans could jump in. Dwayne Bowe or Mike Evans can jump into your lineup. Good job, man. I don't know what's going on with your quarterback situation. He might ball out. Last year, he was ranked number 14 with 15.4 points a game. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Let's see. Moving on. We got Mondo. Mondo sneakingly got a pretty good team going, man. We got Peyton Manning, Andre Ellington. I feel like that's just I feel like that's a hunch draft right there. Who knows how much he's going to get the rock, but I feel like that's a hunch draft. Matt Forte consistently touched the rock, screens out of the backfield. Emmanuel Sanders. Was that preseason game real? If it was, good job, my man. Good job. Larry Fitzgerald, Pierre Garcon, Antonio Gates. A lot of people think that other tight end is going to come in and do work, man, but we'll see. Gates look good also. Cardinals defense can be really good. Special teams can be really good. Adam Vinatieri. You got Colston, Andy Dalton on the bench. Christian Michael. I think you took that guy kind of early. Hakeem Nicks, I think that's great. I think he's going to have a really good year. Tolly Toll and James White, the mystery guy. Maybe you know something we don't know. I don't know. But Mondo, that was a good draft, man. Has a pretty good team. Corey Martin. It's so cold in the D with this ugly picture of this girl, Baby G, the rapper. If y'all haven't saw Corey's picture, take a look at it. That girl's ugly. Starting out with Cap. I know you didn't want him. I know you didn't. Look me in my eyes. You did not want Colin Kaepernick. Motherfucker, I know you didn't. All right. But he's not a horrible pick. He was top 10 last year, 16 points a game. This is where I personally think your team gets sneaky and scary as hell. You got Le'Veon Bell, LaShawn McCoy, and my boy, Gio Bernard. That is a nice squad of running backs, my man. We got Reggie Wayne coming off injury. I don't know. Maybe you guys know something I don't know. Roddy White, I think he's due for a bounce back year. Dennis Pitta. I heard you at the draft saying you wanted Pitta bad. We'll see, man. I'm not very high on him, but I know a couple of you guys really liked him. Chiefs defense, will they still have that magic from last year? We'll see. And Mason Crosby, solid kicker. You got Brandon Cooks. I feel like you stole him. Malcolm Floyd, Mark Ingram, whoever knows what's going to happen in that Saints backfield. Heath Miller, Roethlisberger, I think that's a great bag up. Wes Welker, if he could stay concussed free, you know he's going to do work. And the Bills D. Just based on your starting lineup, man, I think that's amazing. Quarterbacks, I think you got some middle of the road quarterbacks, but I mean, you know, they could go off at any time at Cap's feet. Could definitely do a good job for him. So, Corey, that was my pick, man. I think your starting lineup is very nice. Cesar, the guy I voted for the weakest squad or the least scary squad. Actually, it was the squad that I don't want to have. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers is on group me blowing it up. Relax. I'm trying to do something right now, okay? Let's see. We got Jay Cutler. We'll see. I think he'll have a great year throwing the rock, touchdowns, yardage. How many turnovers is he going to have, man? That's my only scary thing going on with him. Toby Gerhart. We'll see. Fred Jackson in your starting lineup. Not a horrible guy. And I like Fred Jackson. I like his running style, but is this the year CJ Spiller takes off? Well, time will only tell. That could be a good move for you. Keenan Allen, I think that's great. Demaryius Thomas, Julio Jones, man, your receivers are off the chain. Off the chain. Scary receiving core. Zach Ertz, Jets defense. Jets defense was ranked 27 last year, bro. I don't know what additions they made. Maybe you can rebuttal, but what the hell on Jets defense? And then you got Robbie Gould. On the bench, Joique Bell, T.Y. Hilton, Jeremy Hill. I know you were hype on that cat. Sounds like there was some good news that came through on him. Andre Williams from the Giants, Justin Hunter, Palmer, and Kelsey, the tight end. I mean, you're really, really strong at receiver. Everywhere else, bro, we'll see. I'm not saying that you're absolutely wrong. Just me personally, I'm not liking it. And this is the commissioner's take. So that's why you listening to what I got to say, because it's the commissioner's take. All right. You are definitely free to have a rebuttal. No problem. Reign and champ, my boy KL. KL with the Legion of Doom. All right, so Andrew Luck, we've already talked about that. I think Russell Wilson is going to be your guy, and I think that's a good guy to have personally. Monty Ball, really touching the ball a lot. The third preseason game. Eddie Lacy, we know he runs hard as hell. Rashad Jennings, he had a couple of big runs in the preseason. Antonio Brown, I think that's a great pickup, obviously. And Malcolm Floyd, I know he gets a lot of targets. I know he gets soft coverage because people are focusing on Larry. We'll see, man. We'll see. He was ranked 22 last year, and people are saying he's gotten better. Kyle Rudolph, I thought that was a pretty good pickup. Bengals D, I noticed you like the Bengals D, and Dan Bailey. You like Dan Bailey too. I think you had that same combination last year. Bengals D 5 last year, and Dan Bailey 9 last year. So 2 top 10 people at the position, really good. And not only that, Antonio Brown was 6 last year. Lacy was 6. Andrew Luck was 5. I mean, your team, if they get rolling, man, that could be a really good team. Could be a really good team. You got Boykin on the bench, Andrew Hawkins, Bucks D, Ridley. I like your receivers. I'm sorry, I like your running backs on the bench, Ridley and Pierre Thomas. Your receivers on the bench, I'm not crazy about them. And Terrence Williams, I feel like he's probably going to have a couple of big games and some really quiet games. But, you know, you could definitely do worse for somebody to just plug in. So KL, I think your team could end up doing some work. Amos, the Ballers, the AK Ballers, another team kind of underrated by a lot of people. I think a lot of people just think Amos and they think Matt Ryan his first year and just turn him off. But you got Romo, damn good fantasy quarterback, man. Let's see how his back holds up. Marshawn Lynch, Alfred Morris, Reggie Bush. That's a nice running back court. Again, Reggie Bush is a health concern, but man, if these guys stay healthy, Amos, you could be in for some big things, man. Your receivers is where I start tapering off. Torrey Smith and Anquan Boldin. I guess you're trying to win the Super Bowl a couple of years ago or something. I don't know what's going on with that. Jason Witten, going to get a lot of targets. Patriots D. Damn, I wanted them as my second defense, man. I think you're about to get some turnovers out the ass. And Goskowski as your kicker. And like KL, man, you try to double up on that kicker. You had that guy last year. I know you like him a lot.